Hi, friends. I just wanted to do a quote from a book called Choosing Peace. And it was talking about how good manners is actually the foundation for ethics. So I'm just going to play this quote. So I'm just going to turn off my camera for a second.
"What else?" I press. "That's it," he replies. "You asked for the salt, and I'll pass you the salt." "What else?" I insist. 15 seconds of silence. Then a tentative answer comes from student B. "I will pass you the pepper as well?" "Yes," I reply. "That's what we find in books of etiquette. Salt and pepper always travel together. The books, however, neglect to tell us why. You tell me, then, the reasons behind the rule." Student B is ready now. "I will give you the pepper as well because you may need it later." That's indeed part of the rationale. And that's where ethics intersects etiquette. You, I tell student B, will be thinking of a need of mine that may or may not become apparent. By doing what you are doing, you are not just observing an arbitrary rule. Your act has an ethical component, since it requires attention and consideration. If the essential feature of the creep is self-centered obliviousness, you are the opposite of a creep. At this point, somebody points out that keeping salt shaker and pepper mill together makes it easier to locate them. The next person who needs them will not have to chase them around the table. By following the rule, then, I conclude, we show consideration for people we don't even know. The students are intrigued by this unveiling of implications. They talk about the salt and pepper with their friends and their dates, and they begin to understand that a humble book of etiquette can be used as a primer in moral philosophy. This meditation on good manners and their ethical underpinnings both expands and gives focus to the student's awareness of the needs of others.
So I just thought this was pretty fascinating that etiquette could have the be the foundation of ethics and moral philosophy, and it seems like just paying attention and taking action about the needs of others, the legitimate needs of others, might have something. I have yet to look into what ethics are, but I just wanted to throw that out there. And the reason why I bring this up is because a lot of people, yeah, I've noticed throughout my life, they're just like hustling and dog eat dog. It's jungle out there. Complete lack of ethics, but yet they're virtue signaling. Or the worst are companies that have um, a non-disclosure clause in a contract that you sign with them, but you don't know it because you're like, oh, it's just this class and blah blah blah. But then there's such incredible corruption in the racket that they've created, um, and like some people will just look at the marketing or the leverage and influence of the organization. It's too big to fail, and even though the company is doing something unethical, there's this non-disclosure agreement that can be a clause in a document that then makes it harder for you to file a complaint, to do a video, to warn the public about. And it's interesting because I like these companies seem to really flourish, and of course, ultimately, they'll have to meet with God in the end. And in the Bible it says, "Vengeance is mine," saith the Lord. Uh, and though we're here right now, and it would be nice to see justice prevail right now, but that hasn't happened yet. I just like the fact that when we really think about it, etiquette and ethics are like what it is, and just because somebody has a good marketing program, just because somebody pays lip service, does not make that organization or that person, does not make them ethical. So I just thought it was just good for my soul, just in terms of what I've encountered in situations, terrible situations. That if a company's being unethical, they're like, when they're consistently being unethical, because yes, anybody makes a mistake, and people make mistakes all the time, and yeah, you give somebody a break, they make a mistake one time or two times or something, but when it's actually part of the system, it's part of the protocol for something unethical, something abusive, then that's it's just evil, actually, in my opinion. So anyways, I just wanted to share. Thanks for listening and watching.